The world is full of amazing, miraculous things that are inexplainable to human abilities. No medical explanation can tell certain things. The power of miracles is real. Welcome to the Senior Citizens Talk of Hicgi News Agency. All our viewers from Vatican, where Pope Francis, His Holiness, is being laid following his demise on Easter Monday. The Pope was last
e compagno di cammino verso la grande meta alla quale siamo chiamati, il cielo, il 21 aprile dell'anno santo 2025, alle ore 7:35 del mattino, mentre la luce della Pasqua illuminava il secondo giorno dell'ottava, lunedì dell'Angelo, l'amato pastore della Chiesa, Francesco, è passato da questo mondo al Padre.
in public on Easter Sunday, little did we know that a few hours later he was going to succumb to heart failure and other complications as the church displayed.
Only Christian nations. Prince William was representing the King. The Prime Minister also paying his respects. There was a ripple of applause as President Zelensky of Ukraine appeared on the big screen. This was not a moment for politics, but reflection and remembrance. Next, the cardinals filed past. For the first time, the majority of these men who will choose his successor are non-European, a sign of the impact Pope Francis had on the Church.
Our viewers also here in Kampala, Uganda, where we're joined by a very special soul and guest from God. What I can say is Mr. Henry Ddamulira is a survivor for reasons that we are yet to discuss or find out today. But the Castleman disease is a very rare disease. Mr. Ddamulira, welcome to the Senior Citizens Talk.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to have me on this show today. Yes.
You are a survivor of a rare disease,
Yes.
which is under research.
Right.
There is no medicine or prescriptions at the moment, and scientists are trying to find out what exactly it is. Could you please tell us what is Castleman disease and what exactly happened to you? Because we know you as an environmentalist years before. You were prominent in the country. You had planted about over 500,000 trees in the country.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, the world did not know where you went.
Yeah. Okay, so viewers, my name is Henry Ddamulira, as you have introduced me, and I'm a survivor of a very rare disease called Castleman disease. Castleman disease, it is it's called a palm syndrome disease. It is like it is cancerous, but it is treated as cancer, so, and it is still under research, as you said, and miraculously, God healed me from this disease with the effort of our doctors, medical doctors, as you're going to hear my story, so, and as you stated, the world has known me, way back. I remember we met when I was busy planting trees. I wanted all of a sudden, bam, my life was shattered, So this disease, it is very rare, and the way how it started, I didn't know. It began gradually because I remember those days I used to make different trips to the US back and forth, and I was making long journeys, and then I started to get fatigued. Then all of a sudden I began to feel very tired as I'm walking.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden I started to develop leg problems. My ankle started to swell a little bit, and I had difficulty in walking. And then I had sweats at night. I could sweat at night. And then I started to develop hypertension, And then I went to my doctors, and then so doctors had to treat me symptoms, of hypertension, and then I had headaches, I have sweats and everything. So they put me on medication.
Okay.
Global Logistics Limited, your number one customs clearing and forwarding cargo consolidation warehouse company. We do air shipment, worldwide sea shipment, transportation, tax consultation. Lovey Logistics Limited is a competent company specializing in logistics clearing and forwarding services. We have the necessary skills and resources and partnerships to tackle sizable projects to our clients' satisfaction. We are located at Mganziraza Plaza near the entrance of Katwe, Kampala, Uganda. Call us on +256 779 634 328 or +256 701 784 648, or visit our website glovylogistics.com or write to johnglovy@gmail.com. Glovy Logistics Limited, your number one clearing and forwarding company.
Then gradually I began to deteriorate slowly by slowly. Then I began to have kidney problems.
Okay.
Then I started to become numb. My fingers had like tingling. My fingers, I began to have numbness into my feet, and then at night when I'm sleeping, I could feel the heat inside my body. So then I went to the doctors again. The doctors started to look for the problem. And then, so they found out that I had diabetes.
Okay.
I had kidney problems. My heart was also having issues at the moment, so I could not breathe properly. And I developed edema because of my kidneys could not urinate properly, and all the water in my body start to find way where water can go. So water started to go into my lungs. So my lungs sank into the water, and my heart was also in water. And then they had to use a syringe from the back, and then they began to pull out the water from my back.
Wow.
So, and then my life started to get very complicated. So doctors were researching, trying to find the diagnosis, what's the problem, and they could not find what's the cause. So day after day, month after month, something was happening. So that was around 2017. So when everything started. So then 2018, 2019, we are still figuring out what's the problem. But now I started to get treatment of these different kind of diseases the doctors were treating. Then, my physician failed because I was at doctor's hospital at that time, and I was referred to another doctor at Nakasero Hospital, where I met Dr. Kadisula, who is so much knowledgeable with kidneys. So then I went there, I did a lot of tests, and then he also referred me to another doctor to do more checkups, where I ran a lot of tests. And then all of a sudden, I was sent to see Dr. Okuku at Kappa Hospital, where Dr. Okuku found out when he looked at my file, and he discovered that I had around 10 major diseases.
10 major diseases.
10 major diseases.
One person.
One person. My heart had a problem. My kidney had a problem. My pancreas had a problem. I had hypertension. I had vitamin 12 deficiency. I was a candidate of diabetes. So it was too much. Then when they found out, when they did all the tests, they found out that I had multiple lymph nodes which had swollen. So my lymph nodes were swollen inside my body. So that's what the scan showed. And the doctor said that I think I have a serious problem. Then they had to do a biopsy to extract a lymph node under my armpit that was taken to LMK lab and other laboratories to be tested. So when the test came back, I was shocked. I was shocked, my brother Ernest. I was so shocked. And when the test came back, Dr. Kuku said that you have a very rare disease called Castleman disease. So I never heard about Castleman disease. Since I was growing up, I've never heard about the disease. And he sat me down and he told me, yes, it's a Palm syndrome disease. It is cancerous, and so it is still under research. But the medication you can get to help you through this journey, they treat you as a cancer patient. So you have to go through chemotherapy and many other tests, and then so once your body can respond to the chemo, then of course you can have a chance of surviving. So then I told Dr. Okuku that I think I'm going to think about it, and then I'm going to call my family and then see if we can be able to afford, because he told me the drug, it is very expensive.
How much is it?
A 500 milligram costs over $1,000.
$1,000.
Yes, and you need about 6 shots. So you need about $6,000 for your entire session to treat Castleman disease. But good enough, he told me that at the Cancer Institute, you can get a subsidized drug, so that if I can be able to check in with the institute, then maybe I can get the treatment over there.
For more than 10 years, Kebbi International Group has been your #1 partner in tours and travel consultancy. We also do real estate, legal services, ICT services, and much more. Find us on KebbiInternationalGroup.com or write to us at info@KebbiInternationalGroup.com. You may also write to us at PO Box 35827 Kampala, Uganda, or visit us on Namaswahi off Entebbe Highway. Call us on +256 520093756 or +256 39486 32 or 46. Or you can send us a plus on WhatsApp on +256 752 1375 66. Cam International Group, your #1 rail business partner.
So yes, I say okay, maybe I'll explore that option. So then because I'm so grateful about the Google that has given us information. So I'm a bit educated a little bit, so I had to Google the disease, Castleman disease. So then I found out that Castleman disease, there's a doctor in the US called Dr. David, is a leading researcher for this disease. He's also a survivor of the same disease, and is helping people to treat them about the same. So I wrote to him an email that, please, Dr. David, I've been diagnosed with Castleman disease. That was in 2020, 2022. That's when I was diagnosed after 3 years, three years of struggle. Then Dr. Davis said to me that you don't need to come to US for the treatment, but you can get your treatment at the Cancer Institute. If you check in there. So good enough. I went back to see Dr. Kuku, and I checked in at Mulago. But then I was so disappointed when I got to Mulago. The queue was too long. We are competing for the same drug. People with Castleman disease and people with cancer, we're all competing for the same drug. And then I spent the whole day in the wheelchair because all my legs had given way. I lost a lot of weight. I was so my immune system was very low. So then I failed to get a medical card that day because of the jam was too much, packed up, and people were so sick in the lobby. So what I did was I told my wife that we have to do private, but private is very expensive. You have to buy your own drug. Wow. So then I had to draw my savings that I had saved for a while. Then we checked into Kampala Hospital, where I started to get administer the chemo, so the chemo drug. So, but because of wrong diagnosis, what happened to me that I was getting a wrong diagnosis for many, many years. Oh my God. Yeah, because it took me 3 years to get to the root cause of a disease, which was killing me, and all my organs now were getting affected at the time when I started to get the chemo. Because when you start to get the chemotherapy, you're supposed to test that your body is fit to accommodate the chemotherapy, because it's a very strong drug. If you find your body is weak, you die. So they gave me about 5 shots, and my body started to give way. So my organs started to be so much affected. So the kidneys and the heart and everything could not resist the drug. So all of a sudden, then I could not make it at Kampala Hospital. Then I was admitted to Novik Hospital because my kidneys had really gone really bad. They wanted to do a dialysis, or I have to do a kidney transplant at the time. So then I was sent to Novik Hospital, and that time even COVID had hit us. That is 2020. Yes. Yeah, the country was in shutdown. The airports were closed off. So, and there was no movement of any, no planes taking off, nothing. So then I was admitted to Novik Hospital. Then I was straight out taken to a dialysis ward where I was started to get dialysis. Then I was there for some few weeks. When I was admitted, then I went in coma. You went in coma? I went in coma because I had around about 5 multiple organ failure. So
5 multiple organ
organ
failure.
failure, yes. So then I went in coma. I went in coma for a month and a half. So I was in coma for a month and a half, and the doctor did their part, and my family started to believe God, and people were praying for me, and there was no response. So doctors did their part, and my son, Herbert, and others who were really treating me at that time, they testified. This was Saturday morning. That was in July of 2022, when doctor had a family conference.
Yes.
That they have done their part. They have tried for months, and there's no response. My organs, they're shutting down. I have 5 multiple organ failure, and my lifeline had gone really down. And I had, I think, like 1 note remaining for me to die. So I think the doctors realized that, because in ICU, I was in ICU, and ICU was very expensive. I was paying about over $1,000 a day.
$1,000
Yeah,
a
a day, and I was there for a month and a half, and the bill was piling up. So, and then they decided to maybe to put me to rest, because I will not respond to any drug.
Welcome to Princess Branding Services. Do you have a party, introduction, or you have lost a loved one and you intend to do burial branding? At Princess Branding Services, they do branding for baby shower, political rallies, and all kinds of celebrations and functions. Contact us for great and friendly, affordable prices. We will brand your t-shirts, capes, bottles, umbrellas, photos, bags, frames, and much more. Contact us on the number on your screen. +256 783 20 95 79 or +256 744 580326. Email princessbranding256@gmail.com.
But because I'm a believer, and I'm a Christian guy, and I'm an elder in the church.
Which church is that?
I go to GTM, Garuga, Great Tabernacle Church. It's in Garuga. So that's where I fellowship with my wife and my family. And I remember the word of God that came to me during the time when I was very, very, very ill. And so the woman of God came in, and she gave a prophecy to my life. And he said to me that God wants us to sow a seed. To sow a seed. Crazily.
You are in a very critical situation.
I was in a very critical state. And he said that God is saying that I should sow a seed, then I should be healed. And I remember we had a nice piece of land in Garuga.
I know, on the shores of Lake Victoria.
You show Lake Victoria
That's
there.
where Garuga is.
And I put a small farm there, because I was struggling. I thought that maybe I was planning to die, because I was trying to figure out what am I going to leave behind when I die, what my kids are going to remain with. So I started to run around, pick small savings, start a goat farm, wanted to build a smoker house there, so that we can rent our house where we stay right now, that we can rent this house and then be able to live the other side of Lakeshore. And then maybe if God takes me, at least I can leave something behind. Now this woman of God comes and say that God said that I should give out that land where we wanted to to put our house, and where I had a goat farm, to back to God, that God can heal me. So we took a step of faith, and we gave our land to the church.
How did you feel giving out your own land? I mean, will even your wife or children accept such a thing?
We are all survival for the fittest. So because we had spent most of our savings, we had done everything for almost three coming to 4 years, and there's nothing happening. They have diagnosed the disease, but I'm still suffering. I'm still struggling. There's no response. The drugs I'm taking, but there's no response to the drug. I'm just deteriorating, and the only hope was in God. So my wife told me, you know what, that honey, what can we do right now? If this woman is saying that we give our seed of faith, sow our land to God, and is going to heal you, let's try and test God. Let's do an act of obedience, and we give it out, and we trust God. So, and I told my wife, okay, that's okay. Let's give out our land, because I want to survive, because I'm just dying to survive. So we gave the land to the church, and then little did we know that God was going to heal me for sure. Wow. So when I went to the ICU, as I've told you,
1 month and a half.
1 month and a half.
You are spending $1,000 every day.
Every day. Doctors had a family conference. They told my family, we've done our best as doctors, but there's no hope. So prepare for the worst, because he don't respond to any drug. Now, what happened is that
Of all the strength that your sweat goes, in every single moment that you wake up early in the morning, go to sleep, bed late, you want to have a beautiful home. Acquiring a beautiful home makes your dreams come true. We at Cape International Group are proud to extend our deepest in strength, expertise and team to make your home beautiful. We do stone building and carving on all the nature of buildings that you would like to hold. Stones make a home so beautiful that you cannot underestimate the beauty of stones. From every perfect stone, every carve and every crafting, we do and we achieve this. At Cape International Group, we don't only do that, we also paint your homes. Every nature of paint that you would love to make your home beautiful is available at Cape International Group. A well-dedicated team is here to make it happen for you. Contact us today so we can make your home the most beautiful and secure of all at friendly prices. That is what we are promising you, with a lot of dedication and sincerity, honesty, and every category that you want to achieve. This is what we are talking about. Cape International Group, your number one partner to make a beautiful home for you, with great services of painting and stone. This is what we are. Call us today on +256 773 1375 66.
Welcome from the short commercial break. We're still with Mr. Ddamulira Henry, a survivor of a very rare disease. You are in the
ICU.
ICU.
Yes.
Intensive care.
Intensive care. So doctors had the family conference, as I've told you, and they told my family that I'm not responding to the drugs at the moment. I think we prepare for the worst. So when the doctor broke the news, my family started to collapse, started to cry. They called our church members. People started to flock at the hospital. People ran down there, and some two colleagues came in, and they told the doctors, please, let's go and see this man. So they were allowed to enter into the ICU, and so one guy held my legs, and my feet were all cold, and they began to pray for me. But this brother called Brother Pio,
Brother Pio.
yeah, Brother Pio, Moses,
Yes.
when he was praying, he just had a voice. That's what he says. Had a voice saying to him in my local language that in 3 days, in 3 days, in 3 days, in 3 days. Then the voice stopped.
For him, he's a natural.
He's a natural guy.
But the
he's
voice,
a Teso. He's a Teso guy.
He's a Teso. So
yeah.
The voice is in which language now?
In Uganda. And for him, he speaks English most of the time. But he had a voice in Uganda saying, in 3 days, munakusatu, munakusatu. That means in my language, munakusatu is in 3 days, in 3 days, in 3 days. So when after prayer, he told the people that I had a voice saying 3 days. So my family members, they just said, let's believe God. In 3 days, this man could not go. He will make it. So that Saturday evening, Dr. Kalisula, who is a medical doctor who was in charge of taking care of my specialist, he was leaving that day after work, but then he started to check in ICU to see how I was being the whole day, and then he found my family are crying and asked them what's the problem, and they said that he's not going to make it. So when he went into the ICU, he found the morale of the medical personnel was low, and they had almost given up on me, but he said, don't give up on this man because they're still investigating disease and stuff like that. So let's give him a second chance.
Giving up means what? Taking you off the supportive?
Yeah.
So means what?
Yeah, I think because as I've told you, when the doctors have a family conference, so they do a lot of evaluation. So they see your response to the drugs, how long you've been in the ICU for how long. So they a lot of determinants. So they found out that I've been in ICU for a long time. So it was hard for me to recover back, to reverse back.
So they should let you die.
They should just put me to rest, I believe. That's why they prepare my family for the worst, that any time from now, I'm going. So the morale even of the doctors who were working with me went down. So Dr. Kadisul had to boost up the morale of the doctor personnel that don't give up on this man. So, but then good enough, because God had intervened also when he confirmed that in 3 days, indeed, in 3 days, I woke up from ICU.
Actually, maso ga kamera.
Banange kuba mu maso ga kamera nebaza mukama yekka ekintu kye yakoze kibadde kintu kikulu, kibadde kintu ky'amaanyi. Tubadde tetusuubira nti dadde asobola okuva mu ICU. Mukama Katonda yakoze ekintu eky'amaanyi nnyo ddala.
Kali n'olwekyo
njagala kukulisaayo daddi okuva mu ICU gye yavuddemu nga mulamu. Daddi kulikayo nnyo, kulikayo mu ICU ebibadde byangu kusaba.
I woke up from ICU.
Wake up from the intensive care.
Yes, I woke up and I started to feel conscious because I was unconscious. Then I started to feel the pain. I started to feel like I have a lot of stuffs into the pipes, everything, and like discomfort. So I felt that I'm back to life, and then I started to fight. So that's when they say, he's back, he's back, he's back. Now they try to, work on me. And then I was kept in ICU for a week. Then I was fit to be taken off ICU. After 2 weeks, I was taken to the daycare center, where I began to get another treatment there. Then after, I think it was about another 3 months, I was discharged from the hospital after 4 years.
After 4 years in the
hospital.
hospital.
Yes, I was.
You were discharged.
I was discharged. I was discharged. I was discharged from the hospital, and then, but I had a lot of bad bed sores.
Okay.
Welcome. My name is Omuka Francis from JAHL Productions Uganda Limited, the makers of the iced espresso, ready to drink coffee. This is purely a Ugandan coffee, starting from the seeds to the packaging to the production, all Ugandan product. Well, at the moment we have it in two. One that is sweet having sugar in it, cane sugar. That's why we call it the sweet original. The second is the original without sugar. This coffee has no additives, no preservatives, and has a shelf life of up to 18 months. We pack it in cartons of 12, having 12 sachets inside the box. The same for the sweet one, the 12 inside the box. So our coffee is purely Ugandan. Serving it, you can have it both cold or hot. You can have your coffee the way you want it. For this time, let me make a demo of the hot coffee. I'll take the sweet original, pour it in a cup. It's purely coffee and expressed coffee. Add hot water. And there you go. Your coffee is ready for serving. This coffee can be got at any of the supermarkets around the Mega. We have it at Platia, that's at Kololo. We also have it at Legume, that's after the American Embassy in Zambia. You can get our coffee there. It's purely Ugandan product. It's ready to drink, no additives, no preservatives, and it has a shelf life of up to 18 months. You can get it both in the one with sweet, that is the sweet, and the original, having sugar, no sugar. So meaning you all got the coffee you need. We have a sales number. In case you want to get in touch with us, call this number 0766 530 248. We'll be able to receive your calls. It's both on WhatsApp. We shall be able to serve you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome back from the short commercial break. We are still with Mr. Henry Ddamulira on the Senior Citizens Talk of Hicgi News Agency. Survivor of Castleman's disease. After 4 years in the hospital, you are discharged. What exactly happened?
Yeah, so after all that time, when I was in ICU and I started to respond, then taken to the daycare center. Then after 3 months, I was discharged from the hospital, back to my home. But I was so beaten up in a way that had bad bed sores, because I was bedridden for a very long time. I could not walk. I could not make movements around as I used to do. So then I had bad bed sores. But good enough, I got a very good medical doctor called Dr. Boaz, who practiced in Mulago. So he came to my residence, and so he began to treat me twice a week. He could come and do the dressing and everything. So after 8 months, all the bed sores had all healed up. So then I began to do the physiotherapy because my muscles and my joints were stiff. I lost a lot of weight and my muscles were all worn out. So I had to do more exercises, and so yeah. So I began to get back to life. I was rehabilitated, and so I thank God for such a great family. I've been married for over 20 years. I just have a wonderful wife, Rachel, and I have 3 children. So yes, so basically that helped me a lot, and also the church around me, the church members, so they should come in and encourage me all the time. So yeah, but then when I was getting better and better and better and better, so I felt that I have to do something.
Before that, when we were in the commercial break, you told me that when you are on supportive machines in the intensive care unit, a normal life, how they're measuring it is 15.
Yeah,
And yours had deteriorated
to 4.
to 4.
Yeah, to 4 because a normal person is on 15. So that's a range. So and a dead person, when you hit 3 knots, you die. So the more your life keep on deteriorating, the numbers go down. So from 14, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10. So and then if you go below 7, so then it's hard for you to come back to life. It's kind of like it's irreversible. And then for me, I was on number 4, so I had only 1 note remaining to die. So I was in a very bad state. Castleman disease, it's a very serious disease, and it can take up anyone. It can take up you. It can take up anyone. So, and I think a lot of people in Africa, uh, some of them have Castleman, but because of poor diagnosis, so they don't know that they are suffering Castleman. In fact, even the US, they're still doing more research to get the real number of people who have suffered the Castleman. In fact, in Africa, we have a few cases that have been properly documented and properly registered. So I think I am among the few African God has kind of blessed.
Glovi Logistics Limited, your number 1 customs clearing and forwarding cargo consolidation warehouse company. We do air shipment, worldwide sea shipment, transportation, tax consultation. Glovi Logistics Limited is a competent company specializing in logistics clearing and forwarding services. We have the necessary skills and resources and partnerships to tackle sizable projects to our clients' satisfaction. We are located at Mganziraza Plaza near the entrance of Katwe, Kampala, Uganda. Call us on +256 779 634 328 or +256 701 784 648, or visit our website glovylogistics.com or write to johnglovy@gmail.com. Glovy Logistics Limited, your number 1 clearing and forwarding company.
Document this disease perfectly, and to create more awareness and to give proper doctors to point out where they can be able to do proper diagnosis. Because as I told you, for 3 years, I was getting no diagnosis. So now, like I've been trying to put to you, that because what I went through, it was so much pain, so much suffering, and too much money I spent.
How much is this?
So, well, I cannot even equate in terms of figures because it is too. So just make it too much. It's too much money I spent really, because
How did you get the money?
yeah, because well, I had some small savings and from also friends and family support. I could get from family support, here and there. So I was a very a popular guy who many friends and so church member, community member. I've served, as I've told you, in the community in different sectors, about the environment. So people knew more about me really. So when they had the news, everyone was rushing.
This has been just part one. The journey of the man who battled the Castleman's disease and was in the hospital for 4 years, and 1.5 months in the intensive care unconscious. Mr. Ddamulira Henry has a foundation that is starting a hospital to treat and bring awareness of the Castleman's disease. We're coming back with part 2. Keep it on the Senior Citizens Talk of Hicgi News Agency when part 2 comes. My name is Kivumbi, Ernest Benjamin on camera, Anastasis, Gordon Sekandi.
The Senior Citizens Talk is brought to you by Africa at Heart, Heal the Planet Global Organization, Hicgi News Agency. Subscribe right now to get our latest updates sent you every single Sunday. Don't forget also the Talk to the World show that is running every Thursday at 4 p.m. Subscribe here on YouTube and make notification bell right here. Hicgi News Agency. Visit us on hicginewsagency.com and find us on all social media platforms, on X, call it Twitter, on TikTok, Instagram and Facebook. Hicgi News Agency. Subscribe now.